Hi, my name is David P. Shapiro. I am a San Diego criminal attorney. I am also the owner and managing partner at the law office of David Shapiro based in San Diego. My firm helps good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. One of the crimes that we see come frequently through our doors, people being charged with weapons crimes. The law regarding possession of weapons, what you can have, what you can't have, what's legal, what's illegal, is ever changing, particularly when we're dealing with firearms, particularly when dealing as a reaction to a lot of the mass shootings that our country and our world has seen over the better part of the last decade or so. So the law is constantly changing on that. So it's important that obviously the law firm that you ultimately interview and select to represent you is on top of that, and that they have the ability, the skill, and the resources and the time to do their research to make sure they protect your rights moving forward. There are some weapons that obviously you can't have, no matter, it's not a 2019 or 2020 crime. It's not a 1980 crime. It's just a crime. It's just some weapons that obviously you have no business having. There are some, though, where the law is not that black and white, where you might be allowed to have about 95% of that firearm, but maybe a portion of it you can no longer have. So we would work with the district attorney, work with law enforcement at the very least to get back what you're legally allowed to have. That way, you're not just turning over your Second Amendment rights to law enforcement. Now, sometimes that takes till the end of the case. And what is very important to keep in mind when you're dealing with weapons crimes are, if you're convicted of a felony, any felony, whether it has to do with the weapons or not, your ability to possess a firearm is done. Life. If you're convicted of certain designated misdemeanor offenses, even having nothing to do with weapons, your ability to carry a firearm may be done for life, at the very least for up to 10 years. So, something to keep in mind, that your weapons rights may be affected by other offenses as well. But as far as weapons crime goes, another issue is, you want to be mindful what you put out there on social media. If you're accused of possessing a firearm or something that you're not supposed to have, whether because you have a prior felony conviction, whether you're because, you have controlled substances in your possession at the time, what have you, you want to make sure that you probably want to leave the post of you holding that gun or that weapon on social media linked up to you. You probably want to, not post stuff like that. You don't want to put that stuff out there that is going to be damning evidence of the crime. If your best defense may be, hey, it's only one or two people saying I possess that weapon. And, here you are on Facebook, here you are on Twitter, here you are on, Instagram, bragging about this gun or this knife, whatever the case may be. So, be smart about that. But if you find yourself under investigation, if you find yourself with your weapon seized, if you find yourself certainly charged with the crime, you definitely need the help of a quality, locally experienced criminal defense law firm to help you get through the situation, to navigate the waters and protect your future, protect your ability to lawfully possess the weapons in the future. And if you want our help, we'd encourage you to give us a call at 619-295-3555.